Visual Theatre, and we are so happy to be part of Kenilworth Arts Festival. Today I am going to show you how to make this great little marionette with just a few simple things from your house. This activity will be suitable from anyone 4 to 6 with a little bit of adult help, or 7 to 11-year-olds working a little bit more independently. So for this activity you're going to need 2 toilet roll tubes. You are going to need a sharp pencil and some felt tip pens. You're also going to need a couple of different colours of coloured paper. You are going to need some paints and a paintbrush, a little bit of tape, some glue, some scissors, and anything for a crossbar. So this is a thick bamboo skewer, but you could use another pencil or an old paintbrush, or even a plain old stick will work just as well. Let's get started. So take one of your toilet rolls. We're just going to draw a line about halfway along, all the way around. Okay. And we're going to cut along this line. So we cut up to the line at a diagonal, up the line, and you can use this space to get your scissors in. That's it, and follow that line all the way along. So now we've got our body and our head. We're going to need to paint those whatever colour you fancy. I am going to do mine purple. The head done. You don't have to do the head the same colour as the body, but I am going to. There we go. Once you've got your base coat on, you could paint on a few details or some different textures. If you were making a giraffe, for instance, you could base coat in yellow and then put on some brown spots. I am going to use a little bit of green. Put some nice Lovely, I'm happy with that. Fantastic. Leave those to one side to dry, and now it's time to make your legs and your neck. So for your legs, you're going to need strips of your coloured paper. Use the full length of the A4 sheet and make them about 1.5 to 2 centimetres wide. You are going to need 8 strips altogether for your legs and another 2 for your neck. If you've got 2 contrasting colours to mix in together, then that will add a really nice touch to your design. Right, so I've got all of my strips. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one green and one purple. Just pop those to one side. I'm going to glue them together at a right angle, just like this. Just a little bit of Crit Stick. little bit of glue just on the end of one. And glue them together in that corner. I'm going to take whichever one is underneath, so I can see the green is on top, so I'm going to take my purple one and I'm going to fold it all the way over. I can see my green is going to come over the top of that. Then my purple over the top. I'm going to keep going like that all the way up our strips. There we go. And at that very top, I'm going to put a little bit of glue. And stick them together. That's created our lovely multicoloured spring. It looks great. Each leg is worked exactly the same, so keep going until you have all 4 legs made. Then make your neck. Again, it's made exactly the same way, but you may want your strips to be a little bit wider. That's going to make your neck a little bit fatter and a little bit shorter than your legs. So you can just give them a little tug just to make those springs really pull out and give them more length to your legs. Get them all more or less the same size. Okay, so I've got my 4 legs and I've got my one for my neck, which I just made a little bit thicker strips, so it's a slightly different shape and it's a bit shorter. Now, before you assemble, what we can do is we can pop a little cap on our toilet roll so that we don't see the inside. So I'm just going to show you how to do that now. You don't have to do it, but it might be just a nice finishing touch for your puppet. So using some card that's the same colour as your head and body, just pop your toilet roll down on your card and draw around the outside with a pencil, just like so. I'm going to cut that shape out. There we go. Now we're going to put glue all around this edge. Just grab your Pritt stick and just really put lots of glue running all over the edge. So you can really see it on there. And then you're just going to turn it up and stick it. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. Be quite gentle with it at first before the glue dries. There we go. We'll come back to that in a minute. Remember not to do that to your body, at least just yet, because you do need to be able to get inside the tube in order to thread the controlling strings through. You can always do it right at the end if you want. Now it's time to add some more details to your puppet, like eyes and ears, just to give them a little bit more personality. You can use the coloured paper to do this, or you can just very simply draw them straight on with your felt tip pens. So I'm going to do some ears. Just remember, whatever you're making, you just need to have a little tab, a little square on the bottom. Let's do another one. And there's my tab there that I can use to glue. I'm going to cut those out. One ear, 2 ears. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on that tab that I've drawn there. I'm going to stick that on to my head. Now if you have covered the ends, you could glue it straight to there. If you haven't, just put a little bend where your tab is and glue it straight to the sides of the head like that. I've got them, so I'll pop it just there. 1, 2. There we go. Starting to get some real nice personality now. I'm going to draw the eyes onto a little separate bit. This is just a bit of plain printer paper. And we're just going to draw some nice big eyes. Another one the same. I'm going to go over those in pen just to make them really clear. If you've got a felt tip pen, that would be the perfect thing to use. There we go, and we're going to cut those out. Two. A little bit of glue on the backs. Stick them on. 1. 2. Look at that, he's got some real personality coming across now. Now if the drawing and cutting out is a little bit tricky for you, that's absolutely fine. You can just draw straight on to your toilet roll tube. I'm going to put a little nose. Big. Well, and you can just draw the eyes on in the same way. Great job. Now it is time to assemble your puppet. So take the strip that is your neck and add a good bit of glue to the top of the square. I'm just going to do that straight to the bottom of your head. Really simple. Like so. Just pop that to one side and stick the legs on to your body. Again, just pop a little bit of glue on the top square and glue it on the side of your body. 1. Got our legs on. I'm just going to do exactly the same with the head. So lots of glue. Stick it on. Push down really tight. And there we have it. Fantastic work, you are so almost done. Now we are going to add the strings to your puppet so that you can control them. Now this can get a little bit tricky, so you may want to ask an adult to help you. Okay, take your sharp pencil. We're going to make 3 holes. We're going to do 1 on top of the head. We're going to do 1 just behind the neck and 1 at the back. You're going to need 2 lengths of string, one about 60 centimetres and then one shorter one at about 30. Now if you've got a big needle, it might be helpful to thread that up just to help you get it through the holes. You're going to poke it through one hole. If you're having trouble, like I am, you could retake your pencil and push it in. Get all those ends in. So thing is through the inside, and you're going to pull that end through. Remember, this is your really long bit of string. Then you're going to come back up through this hole, so you may need to make it a little bit wider. You push that pencil through. And thread your string back up through the hole. Ooh. Watch out you don't get tangled around the legs. Pull it up. We're going to tie these ends onto our crossbar. So you want the one that's coming out just behind the neck to sit in the middle of your crossbar. Let's try that on. I've used a bamboo skewer, like a thick bamboo skewer for my crossbar, but you can use whatever you've got. It could be a pencil or an old paintbrush or even a stick from the garden. Then the second string that's coming up from right at the back of your puppet is going to tie onto the back end of your crossbar, just like so. Pull those through so that they're an equal length. Now for the head. So if you haven't covered your back, so you could just do exactly the same as you've done with the body. Thread your string through that hole there, pull it through, tie a really good stopper knot there so it doesn't pull through. But if you have covered the back like I have, we're just very simply a little bit of tape, stick that to the end of your string, tape it to the back of the head. So, and then you're going to tie the end of your string to your crossbar. So get your puppet a decent way, make sure that these strings coming off the body are really nice and taut. That's going to tell you how long you need your head string. At your head, so it's at the point where it's at the highest, your string is taut, and that's where you're going to tie it on. Okay, just with a little granny knot. 1, 2. Brilliant work, and that's all there is to it. Now that you have the basics of the design, maybe you could think about how you could alter it to make a different animal. How would you make a tiger, or a giraffe, or perhaps a horse, or even a magical unicorn or a dangerous dinosaur? Happy crafting, everyone! Bye!